Skyrocket your business with touch and grow. Touch and grow. Skyrocket your business with touch and grow.
Growing brands, serving God in the marketplace.
Mkoaje watu wangu, my business gang. Thank you so much for your overwhelming, great and beautiful support. Maze tumeenda. Yani mpaka nimesema itabidi tu nikuwe serious because you guys you've really supported me and I can see the views keep going in every video. Thank you so much. Now I love. On my end, guys, nimesema na mimi, I'm going to give you back-to-back business content. Of course, launching here and there, new segments on business, where we get to host people who will be sharing the information or their knowledge on how they do their businesses. So, guys, today we are handling a very interesting topic that I normally call delegation in business. You know, nimework na clients wengi sana. I've worked with so many businesses. Startups, SMEs, corporates, and name them. And I've always discovered, most times when you're working with most people, the problem with most business owners inakuanga tu ni hii moja. Of course, kuna mingi tutazi addressing as we continue to move on, but one of the biggest problems with many business owners that I've come to discover is delegation in business. Guys, I've worked with so many clients. Name them, you know, startups, SMEs, you know, corporates, big corporations. And most times, I've always identified problems with many business owners. Of course, not all of them, but most of them normally struggle with one of these problems. And I call it delegation in business. When I say delegation in business, somebody may want to think, does she mean that maybe somebody is not delegating enough? In my, you know, like experience and in my time working with many business owners, I've actually categorized the delegation in business as a problem in 3 forms. The first form is people who, or business owners who under-delegate. We'll come back to that. And then business owners who over-delegate. We'll come back to that and why that's a problem also. And actually, business owners who they don't at all delegate, you know? We are also coming back to that. These are problems because, first of all, I want us to tackle every category in its form. The ones who over-delegate. What's the problem? There's a problem in over-delegating, you know? In my experience, having worked with many companies and also having heard of also other big companies that closed shops, there's always been a problem of the over-delegated, their mandate, their vision, their mission. They over-delegated everything that they were supposed to do for their business. We've seen big corporations, the likes of like a very big supermarket that closed shop called Tuskys. And when you get to learn or even to know, you know, the nitty-gritties of what happened in that supermarket, you realize the family members or the children of the owners of the supermarket didn't have the right skills to be able to run the supermarket. So they had hired this CEO who apparently was doing a very good job. Then later, things fell apart, na wakamtoa, and what happened? Biashara ilianguka. That tells you there was a problem of over-delegation because if they had learned the skill set, if they had learned their business inside out, if they knew how to run their business, if they knew, you know, like how best they could run a business, rather than over-depending or over-relying on somebody else to come and run their business, I'm so sure even as at now would still have our Tuskys here. But then you realize why Tuskys ilianguka is there was over-delegation. They had over-delegated the entire mandate of running, of dreaming, you know, of executing the vision of the company to one person who was a hired CEO. And what happens when you over-delegate? You think, okay, the business is doing very well. I have the right personnel to run the business. I have the right heralds to run with the business. So you get busy with other things. Maybe you're holidaying in Maldives, in Dubai, name them. Or you're having your life, you know, with your boys or with your girls in clubs and parties, or you even go back to the, you know, like ushago to farm. But then you forget that hata kama umeemploy watu wa kufanyia kazi vizuri, you still need to have the right skill set. You still need to have the right experience so that you're able to run your business for yourself. So that day when they come, you know, I love looking at it in the most extreme of cases. Nasemanga hata mtu anaweza kufa. Umeoverdelegatea mtu biashara yako, anakurania biashara yako, and you get comfortable. What happens one day when they wake up and they're normal? You know, COVID taught us a lot. Or even they leave for another employer, or even they leave to go and do the same business for themselves. What happens to you as a business owner? So over-delegation, in my own experience, in my own understanding, is very risky and very dangerous for your business. The form number 2 is what I call under-delegation. Now, delegation also, I keep saying, is also not a very good form of way of delegating, especially if you're delegating. Because as a business owner, there's something we call entrepreneurial fatigue, where we find most business owners always hit with fatigue. Wamefanya kazi because they are under-delegating. You know, they are giving maybe, let's say, the digital person to do the work, but they also want to do the work. You know, they are giving maybe, let's say, the accountant, you know, like to handle their finances and accountings in their companies, but they still want to be part of that process. They're also giving maybe the HR or human resource, you know, person to handle their human resource function, but they still want to be part of that. So you realize they have delegated, but under-delegated. You know, like they've done, I kind of call them kind of insecure. There are those people who can't really leave you to do your work the way you know how to do it. So amekupea function, yes, when HR utahire, but they still want to be part of the process. They've given you the mandate of, okay, handle for us the marketing function, but they still want to be part of, you know, like deciding who markets for them. They still have given you maybe the work to run their digital platforms, but they still want to be part of the process. So they have under-delegated. It's bad because most times they find themselves all over, everywhere, trying to do what everybody else is hired to do. At the end of the day, what happens? Wanashikwa na entrepreneurial fatigue. Wanagongwa na hiyo fatigue. Others get into depression. Others, the business can't grow. Because then when you're too busy doing what other people should be doing for you, you don't have time to innovate as the business owner. You don't have time to dream for your next, you know, like for your next projects, for your next services, for your next campaign. You don't have time to dream, even to dream how you can execute your vision as you're supposed to do it. So also, under-delegation is also a very big problem in business. Being a business consultant and also running many companies and working with many of them, these ones, they do not at all delegate. Hawa wamekataa kabisa kuachilia kazi. They are not delegating, my friend. They are the ones who are there telling their digital guy, hii flyer tengeneza hivi. The problem with this category is, if they love black color, trust me, everything in the office is black. If they love maybe a particular preference or taste, trust me, na uwezi wa change. Wanasema hapana, hii flyer, hii graphic design, you know, hii banner, hii video, it has to be done their way, you know. And most times, now I was saying other now, you know, like them getting hit by the entrepreneurial fatigue. Hawa nao biashara iendangi, biashara hizi songa mahali. They keep hiring people, you know, having very high turnovers because no one can work with them. They employ people, but they still want to be the ones to do their work. They are so insecure, and I can tell you, they can never delegate any mandate. They can never even share their vision with even their own staff members. So as a business owner, I want you to watch and tell me, in the 3 categories, where are you at? And also, in the next video, we'll be giving you solutions on how you can actually tackle this problem so that you stop having a delegation in business as a problem. So see you next time in our next video. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, and of course, let's interact in the comment section. Let's get to know each other. Let's get to know what you do for a living, which business do you do, because all of you now are part of this beautiful family of the business gang. Let's roll.
Skyrocket your business with touch and grow.
Growing brands, serving God in the marketplace.